so all members present will be voting tonight. We'll start off with Lisa reading the application and any other submitted communications from all sources that's interested in this. And the applicant will have an opportunity to submit any additional documents you might have or make comments on the application. And please come forward to the mic, because I mentioned earlier, when we start and you have that time for comments, come to the mic, please, because we are on.
Should I stand up now, right?
Yeah, and if it's appropriate, then the members will have the opportunity to raise any questions as you go through the application. And after that, customarily, we'd have a public comment period where any member of the public that was here, that was interested, to have the opportunity to speak for or against the application. And then we'd bring it to board for deliberation and gather information, have a conversation. Our primary focus would be on the required findings for any special permit, as well as, in some cases, as this being one, that there are additional requirements and additional findings that we need to consider. With that, would you please, Lisa?
Yes, this is an application for a special permit for dimensional variation, Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 9, Zoning Board of Appeals. The name and address of the applicant is John Rabbit, 314 Townsend Harbor Road in Lunenburg. The undersigned hereby makes application as follows. He's seeking a special permit for dimensional variation to create an accessory apartment within the existing footprint of a dwelling on a parcel that contains 24,000 square feet. The application for same, dated 8/8/2016, was submitted to the building inspector and was denied by the same for the reasons stated in the letter attached hereto. The proposed action has begun. The basis for this application is found in the following section of the Lunenburg zoning bylaw, Section 4211B and Section 8321. The street address of the property is 314 Townsend Harbor Road in Lunenburg, assesses map 43, parcel 17. Name and address of each holder of legal title to the land, which is the subject of this case, is John and Jane Rabbit, 314 Townsend Harbor Road in Lunenburg, and the deed is recorded in Worcester Northern District Registry of Deeds, book 6024, page 316, and recorded February 16, 2006. If the undersigned has any knowledge of a prior appeal, application, or petition concerning the land or building involved in this case, describe the case and the dates involved. In December 2005, a special permit was granted by this board to remove and replace an existing dwelling. The application was signed August 9th of 2016 by John Rabbit, 314 Townsend Harbor Road in Lunenburg. And he has submitted the answers to the questions and submitted this letter with his application, dated August 4th, to the Lunenburg Zoning Board. Dear friends, I am making application for a special permit to create a mother-in-law apartment within the basement of my home. Background. Unfortunately, my 86-year-old father passed away this March of 2016, leaving his wife, my 86-year-old mother, to live alone in Florida. She first attempted to live by herself, but after a number of falls and a hospitalization, it became apparent that Mom could no longer live alone unassisted. She is an active woman with great personal dignity, pride, and a very strong desire to live independently as possible. Her desire to live independently is a major component of her mental health, and from her perspective, as equally important as securing her physical safety. My wife Jane and I feel the best personal and financially viable alternative would be to construct the apartment within our home and fit it out appropriately. In the meantime, we have moved my mom out of her home, and she is currently living in our home upstairs in a guest bedroom. The proposed apartment is a ground level and will be self-contained within the existing structure of our home. The apartment will capitalize on a number of features originally built into our home at the time of construction. The basement was built with a fully furnished bathroom and laundry, wide doors to accommodate wheelchairs and walkers, and most importantly, no stairs. The basement was also fully stubbed for water, power, and radiant floor heating. There will be no changes to the exterior of our home. Internally, we will move a no-load-bearing wall, add flooring, kitchen cabinets, and appliances. We will also add electrical sockets and additional lighting. Our home septic system was designed and built to accommodate a 5-bedroom home. Currently, we have 3 bedrooms, and this apartment will add a single bedroom for a total of 4 bedrooms. We believe, A, this apartment will pose no safety or health problems for our community. B, this action will have no material adverse impact on land, values, or amenities within the neighborhood. C, there will be no changes to the sight lines and no visible construction. D, this action will produce no noise, vibration, dust, odor, heat, or glare observable at the lot lines, nor have any other detrimental effects to adjacent properties. It is our sincerest hope we seek your approval. We look forward to meeting with your team. Please find the attached application. Highest regards, John Rabbit. There is a letter attached from the Building Commissioner, Michael Savageau, dated August 8th, regarding the in-law apartment. Dear John, please be advised that the Lunenburg Protective Bylaw, Section 4211B, requires lots in the Residence A District to have at least 40,000 square feet of land in order for you to be allowed to have an accessory apartment attached to or within your primary dwelling. Since you lack the minimum required lot area, a special permit for dimensional variation as per Section 8321 will need to be granted from the Town of Lunenburg Zoning Board of Appeals. Applications are available in the Building Department office. If you have any questions with regards to this correspondence, please feel free to contact me. Respectfully, Michael Savageau. Attached is a list of abutters, a field card from the assessor's office, a site plan showing the property in relationship to the adjacent properties, and a little view of the area that is proposed, a floor plan, and the original basement plan, and the as-built showing the existing house. I also received a memo from the Matthew Morrow, our conservation agent, dated August 31st. Lisa, after reviewing the application Mr. John Rabbit made, I find there is no outside work nor expansion of the outline of the property within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. Therefore, there is no further comment nor action needed to be taken by the Conservation Commission at this time. Thank you, Matt. I received this morning from James Gareffi, health agent with the Neshoba Board of Health. Lisa, based on the drawing submitted with the notice of public hearing, it appears the sewage disposal system is designed to handle the creation of the accessory apartment in the basement with the addition of a 2-compartment septic tank or 2 tanks in series. Jim. And that's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Please come forward and
Evening, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much for having for taking the opportunity to see me. And,
You have to identify yourself, Jack, name,
I'm
address,
sorry.
please.
I should know that. My name's John Rabbit. I'm 314 Townsend Harbor Road in Lunenburg. Again, thank you. Basically, I'm looking for a petitioning you to allow me to have my mom live downstairs. As I'd indicated on the form, I'd actually began the work, and it's well underway. I did that only out of necessity. Basically, my mom does very, very well, but she does not do well with stairs. As we said, indicated earlier, she'd fallen down in a few other places. Just after I submitted it, she missed the stair and came down. So at that point, I said, you know what? After talking to Mike and saying there's a good probability that will be approved, but I understand I did that at my own peril. I fully understand that. Essentially, we had designed the house to eventually accommodate Jane and I living down there and maybe moving one of the kids in. And we had built it, in fact, the whole house to accommodate wheelchairs and all the others. We had it fully stubbed, and now I've got to just go back and confirm with Jim Gareffi, because I don't know exactly what he was indicating with regard to the septic system. I know when I built the house, it was designed to accommodate 5 bedrooms. I actually put in the extra lines to support that. In addition, in the 5th bedroom, the house is actually plumbed to support another bathroom in my barn, if I so desire, at some point in the future. But I think the stairs will be too steep for me. So anyway, we hope that you'll look at the drawings and recognize that there was a lot of work done previously on the original construction, and the modifications we're making was simply a wall and adding some flooring and some appliances. And we did everything we possibly could to make sure that we met all the requirements specific to meeting the town bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have, the letter from Jim Gareffi was a surprise to me, and I'm not sure that I really understood that last line. It says, designed to handle the creation of the accessory apartment in the basement with the addition of a two-compartment septic tank or two tanks in series.
Yeah, we had two, the tank does have two separate compartments, and in fact, the house, when we were first designing it, the field was going to be so big, we were going to end up with a mound, so we actually raised the whole front yard to make it flat, and we put the wall in. If this is a problem for the committee, I would ask that we not take a vote tonight, and let me attempt to get it clarified with Jim Gariffi.
Well, I don't think it's a problem for this board, because that's not something that we would approve or deny anyway, that element, but I wanted to make sure that you know this is something that needs to be addressed, because the approval for the septic system has to come from Board of Health.
Oh, absolutely. I understand. I do it. I do want to say thank you to Lisa for sharing that with me as soon as she became aware of it. I'm not quite sure what it means, but
yeah. Well, I wasn't either, and I didn't know what you might have the answer for it, so.
I put 5 in.
Yeah.
I hear.
It could be a single word here with the addition of the two-compartment septic tank, because it sounds like you already have a two-compartment.
I do have one, yes.
Right, maybe it's just not aware of that's already in compliance.
I have 2 big holes that they go in a lot of, and I have to dig them out for the lawn.
Yeah.
Again, all we require is that you meet the regulations of all the other boards, which would be the Board of Health, so that is not going to affect anything in your decision tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Okay, any other questions of him while he's up?
I just assumed everything was already inspected, the electrical and the plumbing and all that.
We've done the electrical. Sharkey hasn't finished the final yet. We've employed an electrician.
But I mean, when you roughed everything out before you did what you've done, that was all part of it all. Okay, that's all I meant.
Did all of that.
Right, you haven't done any additional, you might have hung fixtures or something, but you didn't do any additional.
That's correct.
Right.
We didn't
That's
run
all I
any more
meant.
lines.
Right.
We connected the sink, the dishwasher, and they ran a line over to the refrigerator for the ice maker. And Tom Harrington did that work as well. And
And as you said, you did that in anticipation that it would someday be owned.
oh yes. That was, when you look down the road and you say, where am I going to be, and what can I handle? And I'm worried about when I hit 80, 85. Am I going to be able to? I better move some kids in.
Nice they had that foresight.
Not all of us do. Okay. Any other questions?
We did too.
Did you?
My wife's a physical therapist, so that was,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so right now you were just saying that, I know you said that this project was already underway.
Yes.
How far are you underway on this?
I've essentially, we've moved her down because I can't. She's very active, and I can't escort her up and down the stairs 14 times a day. So we've moved her down. We've essentially just finished off all the electrical. Sharkey is being called by the electrician. The plumbing is completed. We've finished the cabinets, myself and another individual, and we pounded the nails and moved the wall. I would say it's probably 97% complete.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
painted, everything. Yeah. Knew my mother, you'd know why.
Okay. And the glass sliding door, is that the entrance to the downstairs?
Yes, it's a door. There's 2 panels, and there's just an open door. And then there's another exit going into the garage that she has her car parked in there. And so we've got it covered every way we possibly could. So no snow, it stays warm. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, I don't really have any other questions.
Okay, thank
I
you.
didn't have any.
No, I'm all set.
Sheila?
All set.
Is that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I see. Would you like to speak?
Never. I'll just explain why I'm here.
Okay.
How you doing?
There you go.
Dave Passios. I'm actually a member of on the Board of Health.
Okay.
And I'm here more for to learn the process than to make any comments at this point. As you already stated, the septic system will be reviewed by Jim and/or our board. So those steps still need to be stepped through anyway.
Sure.
The only personal comment I would make is that, and this has nothing to do with this specific project, but I have a problem with projects that are 90% complete before they're approved. I have that problem with the board. If we have something come before us on the Board of Health that's already been completed and then we're supposed to approve it, that's the only issue I would have with this type of a project.
Well,
And I understand the urgency, too.
well, and also the applicant made it clear he understood that was his risk by doing that.
Right.
Because there's no assurance that the board to do it. This 5-member board, and it takes the majority
Majority of the board.
to approve it.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm here more to learn the process than anything else.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
As Mike said in his memorandum to the applicant, that the two sections of our bylaw that we have to consider is the 4211B, the accessory. And on the surface, when you read the first paragraph, it's only the 40,000 square foot lot that's in question, I think was what he addressed in the memo, but you'll notice on that section that there is the further provisions there, and there's several of them, 12 I think, that we need to address to be sure that we are comfortable with the satisfaction of those conditions. First being the primary building has at least 1,200 square feet of floor area, which is a given from the information that you've provided. So I didn't see that was as any issue. I looked at the second one, the entire structure used for dwelling shall not occupy more than 50% of the lot area. Adding up the numbers, that's simply true as well. Then the third one is one that I think we need more clarification on. That is, there is at least one off-street parking space for each bedroom or efficiency apartment in the converted portion of the structure, which shall not be provided in the front or side yard. When I went by, to drive up around, I only saw a parking area out front anyway. Is there parking out back?
Not that we access directly.
Come to the mic, please.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Sorry about that.
The current parking situation is that we have a 3-bay garage,
Yeah.
closed garage. We also have a large area that will probably accommodate 6 cars, and then there's a turnaround area that'll accommodate another 4. So we can easily put 10 separate cars that we have in the front. If I need to access the back with regard to the barn, I have a relationship with the Bertrams, where essentially they've allowed me access to park probably 3 or 4 cars if I wanted to out back by the barn, but I don't do that. It's because you're going through somebody else's piece, but I can easily accommodate 10 cars. Yeah.
And I believe you said when you were up here earlier, when you talked about another exit towards the garage, you said your mother's car was in the garage.
That's correct, yeah.
So I
Her
think
car.
that...
Yeah.
Right, if he's only using 4 bedrooms, he's got 6 covered spots, so I think he's covered.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Fourth, there is a provision for screening by fencing, landscaping outside storage areas. I didn't see that was being an issue in any way. No accessory unit shall have a floor area less than 500 square feet, plus 100 square feet, and that's clearly taken care of. Floor area of the accessory unit shall not be more than 30% of the normally habitable floor area, excluding garage, unfinished attic, and crawl space, and normally inhabitable floor area of principal dwelling unit after conversion. That looks okay to me from what I can see. Each unit shall be complete and independent housekeeping unit, contain a bedroom, blah, 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 and that seems given. 8, the exterior appearance of the structure shall not be altered except for stairways and exits required by law. Seems that you've addressed that with the plans that you've done. And the outside architecture isn't being changed at all anyway, from what I understand. Is that right? One of the units shall be occupied by the owner of the property. It's a given. If the second unit is discontinued and integrated into the original structure design, the owner shall notify the inspector of building in writing. So that would be one of the conditions that would be in our decision, should it be. No permit for accessory housing granted hereunder shall take effect sooner than 1 year after the occupancy of the primary dwelling. That's a given. And all permits for accessory housing must be secured before any construction is undertaken. You've done that, but knowingly that there's some element of risk to that. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that we considered those things as a board. As my perusal, didn't see any problems with it. The other section that we need to address is the 8321 dimensional variation special permit, and as I went through those, I didn't see any issues with them either, but I wanted the board to address.
I agree. I went through the same issue. I went through the other section and this section 8324 as well. I don't see any issues with it.
Okay. All right. Any further comments? You have anything additional? Jim?
No, I think, with the foresight that this might be something that might happen and trying to conform to all the laws and everything that were in existence at the time when he built the house, I think that's really a factor that is in his favor as far as anything else that might even come up on permits or something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't actually build the space, he just basically finished what was already there, so I mean, I really don't think it's much of an overreach as far as what the applicant's done.
Correct, I agree with that.
Sheila, any?
No, looks good to me.
Okay.
If not, then
Make a motion.
Okay.
I'm
Please.
going to make a motion that we grant the special permit for dimensional variation to create an accessory apartment within the existing footprint of the current dwelling.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? In this vote?
Okay?
Aye.
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 Aye, unanimous. So with that, very best of luck, and let me finish with some closing comments, please.
Is Mom at home watching the meeting? Hi, Mom.
Okay, this special permit is granted with the contingency that the petitioner comply with all licenses, regulations, statutes, and ordinances of any and all applicable local, state, and federal boards or agencies with jurisdictions over the premises. Kind of gets to this gentleman's point, and also you're much aware that you need those final inspections. So. Special permit is subject to a periodic review by the permit granting authority or the enforcement officer to ensure compliance with any conditions, and non-compliance to such conditions may result in a revocation of the permit. Copy of the board's decision will be filed with the town clerk within 14 days, and any party aggrieved by the board's decision may appeal to Superior Court within 20 days after the decision is filed with the town clerk. After the certification by the town clerk that the 20 days has elapsed since the decision was filed, you should have it recorded in the Registry of Deeds. And no permit shall take effect until it has been recorded. And the special permit shall lapse within 2 years unless substantial construction is begun. I think you've crossed that threshold, so with those comments, I wish you well. I'm sure the members do. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yep.
you're welcome.
Have a good night.
Do I pick that up pretty soon to take down?
I'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay, question.
Okay?
Yep, good night.
Night.
Good night, nice seeing you.
Anything else we should cover?
This, I saw it today.
Are we going to adjourn? Or,
Yeah,
Bring up the other thing on
okay. Have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
the ordinance thing.
Yeah, do you want to adjourn? We need to adjourn first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to
All
adjourn.
right, second.
All right,
Second.
Right.
and so I'll say yes. So we are adjourned, John. John?